Hey, it's David Claiborne with Genesis Athletic Performance. One thing that we're going to start doing is something that's called Genesis TV that we're going to put out weekly for all the clients and athletes and everybody interested in the facility. Kind of a weekly thing talking about successes that our athletes have had, any news that's happening at the facility, some homework that you guys should be doing to make sure that you're really progressing, continuing to get better. So this is basically episode 1, and we're going to try to get it out to you guys weekly. First thing is kind of 2 big shout outs and congratulations. One of our Genesis athletes, Ja'Cory Warwick, he's been training here for about a year and a half now. He recently committed, gave a verbal commitment to the University of Texas for football. He wide receiver up at Cy Falls High School. He's a junior. He had a great season, and he should really even have a better one his senior year. Another congratulations goes out to another one of our athletes, Zach Reese. He placed this past weekend, or actually 2 weekends ago now, 6th in the 126-pound wrestling class at the Texas State wrestling finals. The biggest thing about him was he went into the season totally unranked. Kind of came out of nowhere based off of the work he put in here and the practice he'd been doing, working pure wrestling skills. He's been in the program basically since the end of the season last year, and so big congrats to him for meddling when nobody really expected anything from him. The next thing is really the news. We were changing some things at the facility. We've sent an email to all our current clients and athletes and parents. If you didn't receive it, make sure that you let us know, and we'll make sure that we have the best contact information for you. What we're changing is we're still doing our individualized coaching programs for each athlete that comes in. We're offering 2 times a week, 3 times a week, unlimited times a week. And what those are basically sessions that are going to be run by a coach, where we sit down and put the workout together. It's totally individualized for them, and then we tweak it as the weeks progress, and we see kind of where their strengths and weaknesses are, what they need more work with. On the other days now, we're opening the gym basically to all the athletes to come in and perform some extra workouts. We will always have recovery workouts on the board. We'll have extra workouts that are just basic athlete workouts to help build athleticism, correct the general weaknesses that most athletes have, and to make them just kind of build a little more mental toughness as well. And then we're also basically just kind of making it as a place to come in and hang out. I know a lot of our athletes, on the days they're not in here, they go to other gyms around the neighborhood and get in some curls and kind of all the beach muscles, and so we're inviting them to come in and knock that stuff out here. So we may not be running them through a workout, but we'll at least be here to supervise and make sure they're doing everything they can and being smart about it. We'll kind of walk over here, and I'll show you guys the example of what some of our recovery workouts would be. They'll change every couple of weeks. I haven't had a chance to put the new, basically extra workouts on there. Some of our recovery workouts, right now, it's basically 10-minute row. We're going to start using a lot more of it. Light Turkish get-ups, just learning the movements, learning how to just get the blood moving. They're going to go 50 of them, and then 10-minute light air dying on the bike. The second option they would have is 10-minute air dying to get warm, 10-minute sled drags, changing positions and directions and movements every minute, and then some battling ropes at a recovery stage to where they're just moving and really flushing out the arms and the shoulders. These are great for guys that, like our in-season baseball guys that are coming in that, may have just pitched the night before. They don't want to come in and really get their strength on because they're sore, tired. They come in and get this, and the next day after that, they can come in and get their actual in-season workout in. Or for our guys that are in 2, 3, 4 times a week, a day that they feel beat up and don't want to come in and really hammer their actual workout, come in and complete one of these. Then over here, I'll put them up today, tomorrow, will be where the extra workouts go, that they'll come in and basically bang out on their own. Warm-ups and everything will be on there. Final part really of the news that we want to do is kind of give you guys some homework that want the athletes and parents to all be on the same page with and really make sure that they're doing at home. to make sure that, they're always progressing and never plateauing, and we kind of, we push them, we push you guys really hard in here, and we kind of want that same motivation outside of the facility. A lot of the issues that we have with pretty much every athlete that comes in is hip issues, hip mobility, hip tightness. That's going to affect sprinting, jumping, strength, just overall athleticism. And so here's two exercises that I want you guys banging out nightly. One of them we do in our warm-up. Most of you guys should know it. It's basically the pigeon pose. Kind of, parents, you can do it too. Run your kids through it though. Make sure they're doing it correctly. We're going to start what's called basically downward dog. You're going to be right here. Back's going to be tight. Legs are going to be straight. Hands are going to be out. And we just want to push down through our hands, push our heels back into the ground and hold. So we'll hold there for about 10 seconds, and then we're going to go into the pigeon pose. Pigeon pose, you're going to take your right leg, bring it through, and sit that knee down. We want to make sure that basically the bottom part of your leg is perpendicular to the rest of your body. So what we don't want is coming in here like this, or coming in basically like this. If you can't even get to this pose, that just shows you how tight your hips, glutes, that midline is. So a couple of things, if you can't even get to this position, don't worry about the rest of the movement. Get here, take your hand and just hold it, and make sure that you just start working on getting that stretch. Once you get to where you can hold it here by itself, now you want to actually get to the movement. You're going to take the back leg, slide it back, so you're really sitting on that glute, and you'll feel that stretch, and then we're just going to lower. Lower and hold, and really let that glute and hip open up. If this gets super easy, we have quite a few kids that can come, and they can just basically fold onto the ground. Now you want to push your chest up and push down into the ground without letting anything come up. Hold it 10, 15 seconds. You'll come back through. You go back into that downward dog. Push, hold, push those heels into the ground for about 10 seconds. Then go left leg. Again, make sure that that's straight across, not here. The ultimate key is to get it there and keep it there. A hand, no big deal if you need to. Once that gets to where you have the mobility to hold it there, then we start working on getting that extra stretch. Same thing, you hold 10, 15 seconds if you can, flop, if that's easy, then get that chest up and push down. Second one is basically called our hip flexor stretch. You're going to take a chair, edge of a bed, anything you can put your foot up on. I'm going to demonstrate it kind of on one of our benches. All you're going to do is basically find a spot, throw that foot up on there, go all the way down until that knee's touching the ground. And from this position, chest up tall. Now, if you want to, you'll feel a slight stretch here, but the key to this whole stretch is basically squeeze your butt. So squeeze that right butt cheek and you'll feel the stretch go all the way down. So from there, you're squeezing it, you're going to hold, we want to hold 30 seconds. It's not going to be a fun 30 seconds, but it's going to tell a huge difference. So from there, if that's easy after you're squeezing, make sure that butt cheek's tight. Start pushing, reach up, and if you can, rotate to the left towards that knee that's out front. So from there, now you feel it run all the way down at different spots. While you're holding it, if that butt cheek stays tight, you can work that hip around to feel it and get that stretch extra deep and hit all the spots around it, but don't lose that tightness in the butt cheek. 30 seconds each leg. Other than that, that's kind of, if we hit that every night, take you a total of about, I'd say 2 minutes, including both exercises, both legs. Really try to crank that every night. Parents, if you can check it out and watch and make sure they're doing it correctly at least the first few times, I'd really appreciate it. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know, and appreciate you watching. Thanks, and I'll see you next week. Yeah.